Welcome to the Faith Geek Podcast. The Faith Geek Podcast is your weekly source for all things current in geek culture. From entertainment to sports, parenting to religion. Be sure to check us out on the web by visiting www.thefaithgeek.com. Now, let us welcome Brent Whetstone and Joe Gerbery.
Alright guys, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do Gerbery first. That's right, I am hosting Brent Whetstone today. So we are recording on my MacBook at my apartment. Brent is here on the phone with me because he's scared of a little rainstorm that's coming.
That is not true. I am braving this terrible thunderstorm, but I am about other business currently. Why do you not make me look like a sissy, man?
Because that's what happens. That's how things go. No, I'm at home.
I'm not there to defend myself. It's like you guys are in cahoots against me or something.
Cahoots. By the way, we say cahoots now. Not that we are condoning drinking games of the alcohol kind, but if you would to be so inclined, cahoots is our game of our word of the night. So you might want to take a drink of whatever beverage you have handy every time you hear the word cahoots, which should be about 3 times so far. So.
Hey, speaking of cahoots, are you and my wife in cahoots? Because I'm looking at my dashboard right now, and there's a freaking spider. I haven't been in town since Friday last week, so there's no way that I was doing anything in your car. So. I think I squished it. I have no idea. If this thing starts crawling on me, I'm gonna lose a grip and probably crash my car.
And then I'll be doing the podcast by myself.
Yeah, but, you'll have to have her redo the intro.
This is just Joe Gerbery here. So, but no, we wanted to record because we hadn't recorded in about about 2 weeks, week or two.
We've had podcasts, we just haven't done it together. Chris and I.
Right.
The last one.
Right, because I have to work.
Comic Book Day, which you missed out on.
I did. I didn't even get to go. I didn't even get a chance to get anywhere to go to it. So
that sucks because there are some awesome things that they gave out.
That's what I heard. I saw they had a good it was like a brand new Spider-Man they gave out at All American Comics, right?
No, I actually bought that Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
If they were giving that one out, it was very limited.
Gotcha. Yeah, I knew that one was new. I actually saw that posted somewhere online, so I knew that was.
Oh, Spider! Oh my gosh, I'm alive!
Well, Brent may or may not be alive. But speaking of All American Comics, where we had our free comic book day, we had our live podcast from there. We want to definitely promote All American Cards and Comics is presenting the All American 2014 comic toy art show. They got retailers, local artists. We will be set up there. This is going to be Sunday, July 6th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Packard Music Hall. If you are close, Northeast Ohio, Western PA. Come out and see us at the booth there. The admission's $3. That's super cheap to get in and see me because I charge $5 on the corner. So, for more information, is that the number, Brent? You would know. Is this the number for All American Cards and Comics then? 39.
Yeah, that's their direct line. And hey, if you're a vendor, if you're a local artist, comic book shop, whatever, toy seller, they still have spots available, and it's pretty darn cheap to rent the table for the day. So make sure you guys give them a call and get signed up for that. And you guys are listening, let me tell you, $3 to get in all seriousness, for any kind of collector show, that's cheap.
Super
cheap. You can't even get into the movies for that. So
there's a movie theater, and we'll get into this in a second. Me and Karen out here, we out in Newcastle, we went. There's a movie theater. We went and saw Spider-Man, both of us, for $11. So
see, that's awesome, and that's what we do out at the Garrettsville Cinema, which is a great theater that you guys should go to if you're in the Northeast Ohio area. We advertise with them. So we're there at least once a week, supporting that locally owned business. I'm all about supporting the local stuff.
Heck yeah, man.
I mean, hey, we're a local business.
We're in cahoots with the local businesses, so.
That's it. I mean, it's just one of those things where you local people have to stick together.
Yep.
And, like, Northeast Ohio is better than anywhere else in the country, so eat it.
Again, yeah, but again, if you need any more information, call All American Cards and Comics. There's one in Warren, there's one in Youngstown, Boardman area. Boardman. It's Youngstown, Boardman. Phone number for them is 330-393-3137, or you can email them electronic mail at allamericancomics@hotmail.com. So, but since speaking of Spider-Man, that me and Karen went and saw last week, you saw it, right? You saw it with Heather and Francis, who writes our anime blog.
Yes, we saw it opening night.
Francis, your new best friend.
Let me tell you, 3D tickets are outrageously expensive.
I hate 3D, period, so I will never go see a movie in 3D, but
I do too. I had no idea that we were purchasing tickets in 3D, and like, halfway through the movies I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, half of these sequences that they shot purposely for 3D are completely unnecessary.
Oh yeah, there's no need for them to be in 3D, like, legit. There's not a need. Like, the only movie I've ever seen, and I saw it in IMAX when I was in Tulsa, was Monsters vs. Aliens. And that was a really cool movie in IMAX, though. That's why. Because that was one of the really cool ones that I saw in 3D that was pretty decent.
Joe,
but yeah.
What do you get when you spell Tulsa backwards?
Yeah. People can figure that out. We're not going to bring that up. It's easy to spell. So, but no, we went and saw Spider-Man. How did you like it? Well, we've had a conversation about it in private, but I want everybody on the podcast to know how you enjoyed it.
Listen, everyone in our fan base knows that I am not really a big Spider-Man guy. I'm all about Superman. But
you're DC, I'm Marvel. I adore Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite. So I of course loved it, but
listen, we all have weaknesses like that and like deficiencies mentally. So like
wow.
Who like Marvel. It's just gonna happen.
Wow. You know, whatever. I see how it is.
No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. For not being a Spider-Man fan.
Spider-Man. It is Spider-Man. I tagged it Spider-Man.
I wanted to make sure. I thought it was pretty good. The one thing that a lot of people complained about that I didn't have an issue with was the amount of villains. I thought it set it up for plenty of sequels in the future.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to at least make a trilogy out of it, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, but I really like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. This one was definitely a lot more of a Peter Parker storyline than it was a superhero-ish movie. There was a lot of villains, but they definitely, I mean, it wasn't like Spider-Man and Venom or anything like that, like in the third one of Tobey Maguire.
And that's like, I enjoyed that aspect of it, and I was not a fan of Tobey Maguire.
I'm not a fan. We actually had a conversation. There's a thing that happens in the movie. We're not going to get into spoilers, but there's a thing that happened in the movie, and me and Brent have had this discussion. To me, it's going to greatly influence how many people are going to go see number 3. Because while I love Andrew Garfield in the role of Peter Parker as Spider-Man, I don't think he's a big enough name to draw the people that would be coming in to see an actor. You know,
that's where I disagree with you, because I think that actor, like, I completely forgot that actor was in it.
He's actually in Doctor Who too.
What?
Yeah, he's in an episode of Doctor Who.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield is in... Oh, I don't remember the name of the episode, but he is the one where the Daleks try to become human in Manhattan and the Empire State Building.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was talking about the other actor. Like,
What other actor?
I completely forgot that actor was in it.
What other actor?
So the one that we're talking about, that we're avoiding talking about.
Oh, right. The thing that happened with the person in it.
With the thing.
Yeah. No.
I completely forgot that person was in it, and I'm like, whatever.
I was a fan of the person being in that movie, but yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, no, I was expressing concern to you about whether or not, you know, people will go see a third one if a certain actor is not in the third one. But you have more faith in Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield than I do, even though I like him.
Andrew Garfield is a draw to the Genie Bop crowd, and he is a draw to the hipster crowd, because...
He's definitely a draw to the hipster crowd.
And, I mean, the guy is an awesome guy. Like, I've been reading up a lot about him, like, just his community outreach and, like, his charity work that he does, and he's pretty awesome. So, I hope that, you know, he's successful the Spider-Man venture that he does, and then, you know, beyond that.
Right. Yeah, so I'm definitely up for it. I'm definitely into Spider-Man. Other things that are coming out this week of geek interest. Yes, interest. That's the word I'm looking for.
It's like all these studios are in cahoots to like get these geeky shows out.
Yeah, no, I mean they understand that's what's hot right now. Geek is hot right now.
We're gonna go see it at the drive-in.
What movie?
What?
What movie are you going to go see in the drive-in?
Godzilla!
Oh, Godzilla, that's right.
Oh yeah, very good, Godzilla!
I feel like that's racist.
You know what? I don't care.
You know what, though? Bryan Cranston's in it, and Cranston is awesome. So,
I just want to know if he's going to cook blue meth and kill Godzilla.
Well, did we, speaking of Bryan Cranston, you touched on it before. Did we ever talk about the, speaking of blue meth trying to make a case into Godzilla, did we talk about the fact that, we were trying to figure out whether the blue meth was the reason behind the Walking Dead zombies?
No, how about we talk about that next week?
Okay, that's fine.
Alright. Hey, we're only like 2 months behind the Nerdist on podcasting about that, so no big deal.
Yeah, no, we can only follow so close to the sun and without getting burned. So,
you know, someday Chris Hardwick will be calling me for advice.
I don't feel like that's a thing.
Not likely, but you know.
No, not really.
Hey, Chris Hardwick, I still love you.
He loves you. I adore you as well. So.
Wait, who, me or Chris Hardwick?
Definitely Hardwick, not you. Anyway, so Godzilla's coming out. Is it Thursday or is it Friday?
Friday, I'm thinking.
I don't think there's an advance showing of it or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think there. I mean, there might be a midnight showing.
Right.
But
this rendition is definitely going to be better than the Matthew Broderick one.
What makes you think that? Like, why?
The fact that Matthew Broderick's not going to be in it.
So it's not going to be like a Broadway rendition of Godzilla?
And then this guy's coming down the street. He's tearing up the buildings left and right, you see.
Speaking of blue meth, are you on that tonight? Like,
Nope.
What's going on?
Nope. Just like to sing, Brent. Sometimes you just gotta get it out.
The sing. Alright, there's mine.
But yeah, so Godzilla's coming out. Definitely go and see that because it looks awesome. They've been really, really secretive with pictures and stuff like that. The trailers have all been mostly of people reacting to Godzilla and not actual Godzilla stuff. So usually that portends to me that there's going to be awesomeness ensuing. There's either going to, let's put it this way, Godzilla is either going to rock the socks off of people, or it's going to fail miserably. But
I will let you know Friday night when I get home from the drive-in. I will immediately tweet and post on Facebook.
Yep, see, there you go.
You should go see this.
There you go. So,
hey, you know what we went and saw this past week?
I sure don't.
We went and saw Seth Rogen's new film.
Oh, you went and saw Neighbors.
We went and saw Neighbors.
How was that?
I have not laughed so hard at a
Seth
movie
Rogen is hilarious. I love Seth Rogen.
in so long, it's not even funny. The combination of the Franco kid, Seth Rogen,
Oh,
and
God.
Zac Efron.
Dave
Or
Franco.
that.
Dave Franco.
Yeah, that's Dave Franco.
James is not crazy brother.
Yeah, the normal one. The one that does not take half-naked pictures and post them on Facebook daily.
Why are you looking at James Franco's naked pictures?
Because I follow him on Facebook, and it's like every morning I get a dose of James Franco's gut.
Oh, well. Yeah,
Like,
some people are into that, I guess.
He needs to hit the gym with me.
That's what,
I got a gut, but like I'm not taking half-naked pictures of myself and put them on Facebook.
Go and look at James Franco's Facebook and realize that's why you don't do drugs, kids.
Exactly.
That is why you don't do drugs.
But no, we went and saw that, and I definitely recommend it for our more sensitive Christian listeners.
Don't go see it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't think I'm in cahoots with the devil for recommending it. So,
I think
like,
that's 7.
Do not go see it because like there's a lot of cursing in it. There's a lot of nudity. There's drug use. There's obviously alcohol use. It takes place on a college in a college frat house. So like, but like the part that was really funny to me was like Seth Rogen's character is actually the adult character in this show. And so, like,
Yeah, I heard that he was that it's weird seeing him as like the uptight one, kind of. You know,
yeah, like he's the responsible adultness, which made it really neat because there were so many things that Heather and I could relate to with having a newborn at home and being first-time parents, which made it even funnier for us. So, like, there were things in the show that we were cracking up about that, like, if you're not a parent, especially a new parent, like, it might not be as funny to you. But, like, I literally, Joe, was in tears 3 or 4 times because I was laughing so hard.
Nice.
My chest hurt by the end of the movie. It was that funny.
Not just because you're going to the gym and you're weak, but, you know, whatever.
Yes. Well, there's that, too.
Yeah. It's a thing.
But you won't talk about that.
No. Because I don't go to the gym. Because I'm naturally this in shape.
You weigh like 5 pounds. I don't understand this stuff there.
I'm not gonna say how much I weigh. That's just you're in cahoots with getting me in trouble. So
I know. How about that?
It's 8.
8. Not the county.
8. I'm keeping track. So what else? We just had this is on the sports end, but just wanted to tie it back in because it's something that I've actually wrote about. We just had the draft this past weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They've extended it to 3 days.
Can you wake me up when you're done?
Well, there'll be parts you'll want to get in on this. So, but no, it was a pretty. I'm a Browns fan, obviously, and we're from Northeast Ohio, so you know we follow those sports. Shut your mouth. Anyway.
No, wait, wrong team. Go Indians.
Yep, there you go. Roll Tribe. Hashtag Windians. So,
Come on, Mahoney Valley Scrappers.
But anyway, so Browns ended up making a whole bunch of trades to get Johnny Manziel, who is one of the guys that is they've all said is the most polarizing person in the draft this year, and one of the he's already sold since I can't remember what Darren Rovell, who is the he works for ESPN. He's the business guy. He used to work actually for CNBC as well. He tweets out a lot of things all day, but all of his stuff is really awesome. So you want to make sure that you, if you're into sports and into like the money end of things, you definitely want to give him a follow on Twitter. But he said something that Manziel is the highest selling jersey He has the highest selling jersey number, I think, in the league since a certain amount of time. I can't remember exactly 100% as to when, but I want to say April 1st maybe, but I could be wrong.
That's crazy.
But another guy that actually has done almost as good as him, and better than the rest, is Michael Sam, which is why I'm bringing it back in, because it's something that I've written about, something that we've posted about. Michael Sam.
Isn't that our first sports blog?
That was my first sports blog. That was the first thing that I wrote for the Faith Geek. So definitely want to make sure that my cat gets in the way of the computer right now. This is Mandu, if you guys can hear him purring right now. He's joined us on the podcast. So
now I want to talk about Michael Sam. I don't follow sports at all, but my Facebook feed and my Twitter feed have been going crazy about when he got the phone call. So I guess when you get drafted, like you're at home and all the camera crews are there, and they're like filming you. So when you get drafted, you get
if you're popular enough, they don't follow everybody, but if you obviously have to get permission to be in there. But there are a lot of players. Will have, if they're not in New York. I think they had 32 players in New York this year. They used to do only like 10. Now they invite basically everybody. But yeah, there are a lot of players that just choose to stay at home, have draft parties. They might let ESPN or something like that put like a lipstick camera or something like that in their house to watch them once they get the phone call. And Michael Sam, obviously being the first openly gay draftee and or NFL player, and now NFL player, obviously was going to have cameras on him. He lasted all the way until the 7th round of the draft. There are only 7 rounds. At the time when I wrote it, he was...
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, at the time that I wrote the article, he was projected as possibly like a mid-round pick. So it could have been anywhere from round 3 to about round 5, just based on his talent level. He was you want to
get drafted, obviously, like in first and second.
You want to the earlier you get drafted, the more money you make, and the more chance that there is that you're going to make the team. Being drafted late does not actually mean everybody has a chance. My cousin has actually played in the NFL. He played for the Detroit Lions. He was a undrafted rookie free agent, which means that he didn't even go in any of the 7 rounds. He was signed by the Lions, played on their practice squad for most of the year, and ended up playing in a couple of games after some injuries and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not, out of the question that he's not going to make the team, but obviously the earlier you get drafted, the more likely it is because they're paying you more money. So,
okay. So do you think that his sexuality had anything to do with the fact that
I absolutely think that him being gay did affect where he was drafted and what round he was drafted in. A lot of NFL GMs came out and said that they knew that going into next year it's going to be a circus around him, and they didn't want to.
2014 America.
Yeah, they didn't want to subject their players and their guys to all the scrutiny of having nonstop cameras there and checking up on Michael Sam and how is he doing and is he getting first team reps, is he getting second team reps and all this stuff, and they didn't want to deal with the circus, so they just basically, as soon as it came out, for better or worse, they took him off the board. And while I don't necessarily think that it was because of the fact of him being gay that took him off of boards, I think it was the fallout from today's culture that really kind of triggered the fact that he did drop, I think, on draft boards. He was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. He played at the University of Missouri. I think he had 12 sacks last year, which is a pretty good number. Anytime you get double digits, it's a good number, especially in the SEC, which is as close. I'm a Big Ten guy, but SEC football is no joke. It's the best conference in the NCAA, in the college ranks. And, he was the best defensive player in the best conference. So,
That's as close to professional football as you can get.
Basically, yeah. There's no minors in the NFL like there is in basketball or baseball. So, basically, college football is minor leagues. And, this guy played, like I said, at the highest level that he possibly could have played at. He played against, I think he played against Alabama. He played against Texas A&M. He played against Mendel. He played against Florida. A bunch of those big name teams that everybody knows about. So, he played well. Like I said, he was Defensive Player of the Year. You can't really get much better than that. So, obviously, there was something going on that, made people want to stay away. And as much as, some GMs might want to say it wasn't because he was gay, it's because he was gay. It may not be the fact that they think their rosters couldn't handle it or that they didn't want to draft a gay guy. It was just the fact that he, being the first one, is going to carry a circus around him. So
they all got together in cahoots and they're like, we're going to wait until the last round to pick this guy.
Well, I don't think, if they were actually in cahoots, they would, Sam and his agent could actually call for collusion. So I don't really feel like there was any cahoots.
Speaking language, I have no idea.
Okay, collusion, it's actually a business term, but in football and in sports in general, anytime that the owners or management basically bands together to do a certain kind of thing, it happens a lot when it happened in basketball. There was a certain, like, if there's signs that there is basically foul play amongst the owners, that they say, okay, we are not going to sign anybody that went to this college, or something like that, or we're not going to sign anybody that is a restricted free agent or something like that. It would be collusion, and the Players Association would be able to, because every league has a Players Association, because every league they have a union for these players, because otherwise, they could argue that
they wouldn't make the $5 million.
They wouldn't make the $5 million. So there's always a union for everything. But if there was collusion against Michael Sam, his agent and him could sue the NFL. But that's a double-edged sword, because if they tried doing that, it would put him in a bad spot, and it would only actually make it worse for him, and nobody would really want to sign him, because then he'd be viewed as basically a troublemaker. So troublemaking gay person.
But also is black.
Who also is black.
They just got it. Good thing he doesn't play for the Los Angeles basketball team.
Yes, thank goodness he does not play for the Clippers, who his wife is trying to. It's amazing. His wife is trying. Donald Sterling's wife is trying to maintain ownership, because
give these people credit.
In California,
they do not want to lose their money.
In California, everything is equal. Everything, if you and Heather moved out to California and were married legally in California, all of your property is split between the two of you. So, if Heather ran off with your stuff, you could sue her for half of it. So, which, let's face it, if one of you is leaving the other, Heather's leaving you. So... don't know. I just like digging on you. That's all. So.
You guys are in cahoots. First the spider, and now she's leaving me.
I think that's 12.
Listen, that's all I need. All those rumors to get out there now.
Right. Anyway, yeah, his wife is trying to.
He has not officially left me yet. We will neither confirm nor deny.
Anyway, getting off topic. Sorry, as I tend to do. His Donald Sterling's wife.
This is what happens when we let Joe control the show.
This is what happens when I lead things. Donald Sterling's wife is trying to maintain ownership of the Clippers because she says, like you can quote her. I haven't seen it, but I had nothing to do with what Donald said or his actions. So she's not saying that he was right or wrong. She's just saying she has plausible deniability on it. But
here's the awesome thing, though. Who cares that he's banging the Mexican Asian chick?
Wow.
Who cares about that?
You went there. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Who cares about that? The wife is just worried about the money. She doesn't care about the illicit affair that's going on behind her back.
Oh yeah. She doesn't care that her husband is being recorded by his mistress.
But come on, rich people are freaking crazy.
Yeah,
period.
no. Once you got money, it's just nuts, man. It's just nuts.
We will not be this crazy when the Faith Geek hits it big.
And I know. I might be. God only knows.
Tell Karen to run for the hills now.
Yeah, exactly. Get out.
Get back to Michael Sam. So, all over my newsfeed, I'm seeing people freak out over this 7-second clip of the minute that he gets the phone call from the coach that he's drafted, where him and his partner kiss.
Right.
People are losing a grip over that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can see both sides of that. And I've had both reactions my own self, you know. You can be in favor of gay rights and things, and still, this is me talking, and I haven't run this through you, and I'm just going to say it, because I don't really care. I feel like you can be in favor of gay rights and still not want to see a guy making out with another guy, or a girl making out with another girl. You know?
Well, it wasn't making out. It was a kiss. It was a congratulations.
Yeah, but still.
Just like every other football player does with the blonde bimbo that he has on his hip that he carries around.
They're not all blonde.
What is the difference between the cheerleader that the straight football player shacking up with that week, as opposed to the little white guy that Michael Sam's dating? What is the difference?
There's nothing. If we're gonna make everything equal, I agree that everything should be equal, and that's fine.
I mean, what? Listen, I think that...
Don't get fired, Brent.
What'd you say?
Don't get fired.
I can get fired from my own company.
I can fire you. I'm the founder.
Wait a second. Like, is this going to be like an NBA association where they're like, on the partnership?
No, that's actually a thing that the one thing I like, the Bill Simmons, Grantland, him and Jalen Rose, they do NBA Countdown on ESPN, and oftentimes they will be on. Bill Simmons has his own podcast called The BS Report. Listen to it, really good podcast. He covers a lot of different spectrums too. It's not just sports. He does a lot of movie stuff, TV stuff. He's a big inspiration of mine. But one thing Jalen always says to him is, "Don't get fired, Bill." So just telling you right now, don't get fired, Brent.
Here's the thing, though. Like, and I'm going to play the devil's advocate here because I like doing that. Like, what is his name? Donald Sterling.
Yep.
Okay, what he said is stupid. We talked about that before we went on air 2 weeks ago. How dumb the guy was to say that.
Oh yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, what people say in private to each other, you should not go and blab to other people.
Right. No, I agree. What he said was in private. What he said was he allowed it to be recorded. I don't know 100% what the legal ramifications are going to be against.
You mean to tell me he knew that he was being recorded?
Yes.
What a freaking idiot!
He told her to. This is how much of an idiot this guy is. He told his mistress that his wife knows about to record his conversations because he's getting so old and senile he cannot remember what he says. So he wants every phone conversation that he's on to be recorded.
Listen, we need to start an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter campaign to where the Faith Geek can produce the... What's his name again?
Don Sterling?
Yes. A film about this guy.
I'm sure there'll be... well, Bill Simmons also does... have you ever heard of 30 for 30s? He's the producer behind those. He's the guy that actually started those. So.
Right, seriously, I support his right to say whatever he wants to say. We live in freaking America. Like, come on.
Yes, I agree that we live in America. I agree he has the right to say whatever he wants. The freedom of speech, however, allows him not to be sued or arrested by the government. It does not, however, keep him legally protected against the company that he works for or does work for. So.
Oh, yes, and that I agree with that. But here's my thing. All I know is with the Clippers. That's the name of the basketball team.
Yep. You're doing. By the way, I must admit you're doing much better than I thought you were going to be on sports stuff right now.
How about that? Like I'm holding my own.
Yeah.
All I know is they need to do some sensitivity training with all these people because you can't tell me that there's not stuff going on in those locker rooms.
Oh yeah.
Conversation-wise or slap-happy-wise that shouldn't be going on that should get them in just as much trouble.
Oh yeah. There's stuff. I mean, trust me. This is if you go after Sterling, you're kicking the hive. And the bees are going to start coming out. The ants are going to start coming out. Whatever hive you're kicking, and
just be prepared for the ramifications.
Yeah, you're pulling the rock up and seeing the bugs underneath. So
it's like I say this to all the Christians that I talk to who are up in arms about the satanic memorial that's getting put on the Oklahoma State House grounds.
Yeah, what the crap?
Hey, we opened the door for it. We're the idiots who have to have the Ten Commandments everywhere. Once you start doing that...
Wasn't that a Kickstarter campaign?
Wasn't that a Kickstarter? Yeah, but now they've made it.
I know, but I mean, you know, the good and bad at Kickstarter, man. satanic statues up in the courthouse.
But we opened the door for this, and that's why I like to fight to bring prayer back in the school. Whose prayer? Because if you give us the right to do it, then you need to give the Muslims the right to do it. You need to give the Satanists the right to do it. So, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yep. But I want to get back to the 7-second kiss.
Go for it.
I was reading an article today, and I want to get your take on this, and I forget where I was reading it from. I read so many things throughout the day.
I'm just happy that you can read.
I know, how about that? Especially read and tolerate sports stuff. It hurts. But they were, speaking of reads, we're going to do something really big for Star Wars reads campaign. But anyway.
I don't know what any of that means, but okay.
Yeah, well, I'll send a memo. But anyway, I was reading an article today where they were saying that Christian athletes, professional athletes, get persecuted, but gay athletes get celebrated. What's your take on that? I don't follow sports enough to know, but I know that, Tim Tebow's not getting picked on. Does he still play? He doesn't play anymore, does he?
No, he hasn't retired, but he does work as a college analyst now for ESPN.
Because he sucked or because he was a Christian?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I feel like I do feel like it. I'm really good at playing both sides of the fence, and so I'm going to say both sides of the fence on this. I do think that they do get picked on for being Christians. I think that's a thing that still happens. Oh, you're a good boy because you don't do any of these. You go on good, and I don't know why I slipped into a southern accent there, but
Y'all boys doing good stuff now, ain't you?
Yeah, but you don't drink because you're a Christian, huh? You don't do any of that kind of stuff, huh? I'm sure that goes on in locker rooms and clubhouses and stuff like that. But I also feel like, we talked about this briefly as in prep. I also feel like we can't have it both ways as Christians.
Right.
We can't be standing on our soapbox saying, give us equal time, to say what we want, and we have the ability to say what we want, and we should be able to say it. And then when somebody comes against it, you can't just cry wolf and say, hey, they're talking bad about me now. So that's not how that works. Do you agree?
I just think, seriously, there are more important things in the world to worry about than if Christian athletes who make millions and millions and millions of dollars a year are getting picked on. You know who's getting picked on? That single mom who's working 3 jobs to make ends meet. That's who's getting picked on. And if you want to talk about Christians being persecuted, let's talk about the persecuted church in China. So, don't compare our little, we're not allowed to hold hands around the flagpole this year as being persecuted. To me, it's all these ultra-conservative columnists getting in cahoots, trying to get the base done before an election.
Can we make sure we stop at 13? That's my lucky number.
I can't. Hey, who's anymore?
14. Anyway, no, I agree with you. We.
Well, of course you do. I only surround myself by people who agree with me.
We're all yes men to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm the founder. Anyway,
we had many arguments debating on what we were going to talk about.
I'm the founder.
Sometimes you lose.
Sometimes that's a thing that happens. But
that's what makes the Faith Geek awesome. Is we're not going to beat around the bush. We're not going to cater to one genre. We're not only catering to Christians on our show.
Right. We're also not. Brent's DC. I'm Marvel. We're not also gonna. We're not gonna be shills for a company. We're not.
I need to interrupt you real quick. For our listeners,
is the spider back?
Yeah, no. For our listeners in Portage County, the National Weather Service has just issued a tornado warning.
Oh, okay.
So you need to make sure you seek shelter right away. So my friends who are listening from Portage County, in your basements, especially you guys listening on Kent campus, that just came over the Kent campus emergency alert.
That's my aunt. My aunt needs to get in the house and in the basement. So, Aunt Joanne.
Make sure Northeast Ohio people and Western PA people are listening tonight. We're expecting some rough weather, so make sure you keep an eye out to your local station. But, Portage County people, tornado warning according to the National Weather Service. So please seek shelter, and we will definitely be praying for everyone's safety tonight.
Definitely.
Just on the side of serious stuff, I know we've been pretty lighthearted right now.
We're always lighthearted, but yeah.
But sometimes we got to get serious. There's tornado warnings. I want you people to be okay. I love all of our listeners. So you can hear the thunder behind me.
I can't, but yeah.
Engulfed in a thunderstorm right now.
I don't even know what we're talking about now.
But
no, I remember now. We're not, we're not shills. We're not going to just, we're not going just for one company. We're not going just for one side. We are all encompassing. We're all definitely going to, talk about everything that's out there that we have, in the minds of whatever is on your mind, Faith Geek followers, is on our minds, and so we're definitely wanting to make sure we get talk about everything. So,
and I think to brag about us a little bit, I think we've done really well of rounding out this team that we have, because we all come from a different and are going to be part of different Christian denominations and backgrounds, as well as genders. And I actually got posed the question the other day: would we hire a gay person at the Faith Geek? Because we talked about it on air 2 weeks ago when we broadcast. And I said, absolutely. I have no problem hiring a gay person.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a web designer.
Yes, please contact on that, because
contact us.
We could use some help on that.
We pay in hugs and Funyuns.
Right. We don't currently have what you would call money. So that's a thing that is lacking in. So we're just doing this out of kindness of our own hearts right now, guys. But
because we love you guys.
We love you, and we love the content that we put out to you, and we know
that you guys love it too.
Yep. Or else you wouldn't be paying attention and listening to us.
Right. So I think that's all I had to talk about today. I do want to give a couple plugs for some blogs that are out currently and that are coming out. Heather and I have been tag team writing one in our faith section on Scientology. Most of our listeners know, and our readers definitely know, my connection with the Church of Scientology and escaping that. So we're on part 4 of an extensive series into that right now. Make sure you guys check that out. If you know anyone or are friends with anyone who's been involved in Scientology or in cults in general, check that out, because we give a lot of practical advice on how we were able to escape that. And then there's another blog that is going to be coming out that I'm currently working on under the faith section that is about being a first-time visitor in a church. And what I've actually been doing is every week I've been going to a different church of different denominations, non-denominational, denominational, big, small, medium-sized, and just being a first-time visitor. It's been about 15 years since I was a first-time visitor in a church. So I'm writing that from a perspective of a first-time visitor. So let this be a warning to all you ministers in Northeast Ohio. The Faith Geek is coming, and I'm checking you out, and I'm writing about my experience. It's almost like a restaurant review, but better.
Nice.
Because it's just...
And hopefully I'm going to continue writing some more, because I haven't in a while. I've been busy getting settled in here, but things are starting to slow down now, and so things are coming around to where I have a little bit more time. My drive to work is a little bit less now, and I'm hopefully going to be getting an extra day off here soon. A normal day off. I'll have 5 days. I'll have 2 days off like a normal person. But once that happens, I talked to Brent, pitched the idea to him, doing a series of things my own self called Why I Like. And it was something that I kind of want to write about, just why I like this or why I like that, why I like baseball, why I like Doctor Who, why I like Spider-Man, just different things.
And it's going to be followed up by his blog series, Mother May I. So you'll want to look for that.
Nobody has any idea what you're talking about.
No, get it, Mother May I? Never mind. You guys are crazy.
You guys are crazy. He's talking just to me, and you guys are crazy. Yep.
I've reached my silly point.
Obviously. So, and with that, we're gonna get to shutting it down again, guys. Make sure just to finish out with our sponsor-ish again. We want to make sure that you guys get out and go see, get out in July to the All-American 2014. Again, it's in Packard's City Music Hall, downtown Warren. July 6th is a Sunday, 11 p.m. to 5 or 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm really bad at reading copy.
Hey, next time let me do the sponsors.
Reading things is hard, guys. It's really, really hard. You wouldn't believe it at all. But had to find it again. Is what it was. But yeah, check out All American Comics in Warren and in Boardman, and make sure you check out the All Americon on. We'll be there. You can come see us. Like I said, we'll have the Faith Geek table out there. You can see my beautiful face, see Brent's face, and
don't forget in June coming up first. We're actually going to be at Colossal Con. We're official press for the Colossal Con anime convention out in Sandusky. So you will see the Faith Geek team. We will be out on the convention floor. We will be interviewing you guys. Come out in your best cosplay because.
Oh God, I gotta roll my hair out. I've been wanting to go as 11, the 11th Doctor. I gotta grow my hair back out.
I'm going as 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager.
I'm not a Trekkie. I don't know what that means.
It's Jerry Ryan. It's a chick. So I'm not really going as 7 of 9. I was just being funny.
Oh.
But, I will be going as my normal self.
Your joke did not land. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I did. You guys suck. Right.
You guys, again, it's just me. You guys. But all right. Well, this is this is Joe talking for Brent, making sure you guys stay safe out there. Get inside. Don't be outside trying to find the storm. But also signing off here for the Faith Geek. Brent, any last words?
No, that's it. You guys have a great night. Stay safe. We'll be praying for everyone's safety up in Portage County and that Summit County area. Make sure you guys keep tuned to your local station. Be safe, guys.
Yep. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Whoop whoop.
Thank you for listening to the Faith Geek Podcast. The Faith Geek Podcast is brought to you by thefaithgeek.com, your online Christian resource for all things geek culture. Remember, you can always listen to this and any of our archive shows by visiting www.thefaithgeek.com.